Namaskar friends, welcome to my channel. This is Dr. Nikunj Vyas. In this video lecture session, we shall try to study one of the most important functions, that is remove to and use to. This function is very much helpful to the students of English who are studying in English medium and Gujarati medium schools. This topic is the most important topic for the students who are studying in 12th and 11th science, commerce and arts. This video lecture is also useful to the students who are preparing for competitive examination. So let's start the new topic, that is remove to and use to. First of all, we must know about its usage. Where can we use this function? How can we use this function and why should we use this function? So first of all, we should try to learn about what is using to and what is removing to. First of all, we are trying to learn about the meaning of the word to. Using to or removing to shows a result. See, this is a type of functions which shows a result. By using to, we can show the result of an action. The meaning of the word to is so much. The meaning of the word to is so much. So when we want to add the sense of result, when we want to add the sense of too much, so much, at that time we can use this function. Here are some examples. First of all, try to observe the sentences which are given here. The first sentence is, Mr. Rajesh is too fat to enter the door. See, this is the sentence. And if I want to remove the word to, how can I remove? Or what will be the sentence? The sentence will be, Mr. Rajesh is so fat that he cannot enter the door. So this is how the conversion of to will be. This is how we can remove the word to. But you will find that we don't know its rules and regulations. How can we remove the to? So we shall try to learn some of the rules, some of the regulations, or some of the general consideration by which we can use to as well as we can remove to. First of all, we are trying to learn about how to use to. Observe the sentences. You see, we shall learn using to and removing to with the help of sentences, with the help of examples. After that, we shall also learn the rules, but rules are not important. The usage is important. How can we use this sentence in our day-to-day life is important. So observe the sentence. The sentence here is, Mr. Rajesh is fat. This is the first sentence. Rajesh, Mr. Rajesh is subject. Is supporting verb or helping verb. Fat is an object, but fat is also an adjective. So this is the first sentence. Now look at the second sentence. He cannot enter the door. He cannot enter the door. This is the second sentence. Now here you can see two sentences. If you want to join both the sentences with the word to, you should undertake the process which is given here. Which process you should undertake? You have seen the two different sentences, and if you want to join these two sentences with the help of to, how can you join the sentence? There are some rules that you should remember for using to. For using to join two different sentences. The rules are given here. Try to understand these rules. The first rule is, the General consideration is, first of all, read the sentence carefully. See, this is the first rule which I think most important for all of you, because if you want to undertake the grammatical processes, you must have the insight to understand that sentence first. If you can't understand the sentence, if you can't get the gist of the sentence, you cannot do any processes with the reference to grammar. So understanding is the basic thing. So first of all, try to read the sentence carefully and try to understand it. Now the second thing is, put to before the adjective of first sentence. Remember this rule carefully. What you should do? You should put to into the first sentence before the adjective. See, the first word is subject, the second word is supporting verb, the third word is an adjective. So if you want to use the word to, put the word to into the first sentence before the adjective. Now the third rule, that is, put to before the main verb of the second sentence. Now the first sentence is over. Now look into the second sentence. Find out the main verb or find out an infinitive, and you should put the word to before the main verb or the infinitive into the second sentence. Fourth thing that you must understand is that don't write subject, supporting verb of the second sentence. Now you have seen both the sentences. The first sentence was Mr. Rajesh, and the second sentence, he cannot enter the door. So into the second sentence, he is a subject, cannot is the supporting verb. So remove he, remove cannot, and after cannot the word is enter. Enter is an infinitive. Enter is a main verb. So put to before the infinitive enter. So this is how you can convert the sentence using to. The sentence will be, Mr. Rajesh is too fat to enter the door. This is how the sentence will be. What was the sentence originally? Originally, there were two sentences. Try to understand me. Originally, there were two sentences. The first sentence was, Mr. Rajesh is fat. This was the first sentence. The second sentence was, he cannot enter the door. So I have put to before an adjective of the first sentence, that is fat. The sentence has been converted as Mr. Rajesh is too fat. Now there is a turn of second sentence. Remove the word he, that is the subject. Remove the supporting verb cannot. I have removed both these words and I have written the word to, to. Then after to, I have written an infinitive or main verb of the second sentence, that is enter. And after writing down the enter, I have used all the words those were given into the second sentence. Those are the door. The sentence has become, Mr. Rajesh is too fat to enter the door. So this is how I can convert the sentence using the word to. Remember carefully that the word to shows result of an action. It is one of the most important functions. Now we are going ahead. Observe the following sentence. Observe the sentence which is given here. The sentence is, he is so weak that he cannot stop his thoughts. Now this is the sentence, and if I want to use to, how can I convert this sentence? The sentence is, I am repeating, the sentence is, he is so weak that he cannot stop his thoughts. Now what should I do? Write down to at the place of so. This is the first thing I should undertake. Here the word so has been written before week. So I should remove the word so, and on the place of so I should write down the word TOO2. Second thing, remove that plus subject plus supporting verb plus other words. I should remove all these words given into the above sentence. So I am removing that, I am removing he, I am removing can, and I am removing not. So I shall remove all these words if I want to convert this sentence into to. Now the next thing is, put TO2 before the main verb. The main verb here is stop. I should use the word TO2 before the main verb stop. The sentence will become, he is too weak to stop his thoughts. So, originally the sentence was, he is so weak that he cannot stop his thoughts. This was the sentence, and I have used here to. The sentence has become, he is too weak to stop his thoughts. Now, look carefully, watch it carefully, try to remember all the regulations, all the rules, all the general things which we are looking at. Next is, observe the following sentence which is given here. She was so confused that she could not answer the question. See, this is the sentence. And if I want to convert this sentence using the word to, what should I do? Try to remember the things which I have told you earlier. The first thing was, remove the word so, and at the place of so I will write down the word to. So the sentence has become, she was too confused. Now this is the half sentence. She was too confused. Now what should I do? Then remove the word that, remove the word she, remove the word could, remove the word not. I shall remove these 4 words to use to. So I have removed all these 4 words. The main verb is answer. I should write down TO2 before the main verb, before the infinitive to, before the infinitive answer. So I have put to before answer, then write down all the remaining words. This way the sentence will be, she was too confused to answer the question. Originally the sentence was, she was so confused that she could not answer the question. See, this was the sentence, and I have converted this sentence using the word to. The sentence has become, she was too confused to answer the question. This is how I can use the word to. Now the next thing is how to use the word so that. Now there are 2 types of sentences. In the first type of sentence we should use to, and in the second type of sentences we should remove to. So when we are removing the word to, we are writing so that on the place of to. So there are some of the general consideration that we should look at to remove the word to. Observe the sentence given here. Mr. Rajesh is fat. He cannot enter the door. Now these are the 2 sentences, and I want to use the words to, sorry, if I want to use the words so that in this sentences, how can I join both these sentences? Mr. Rajesh is fat. This is the first sentence. This is the FS. He cannot enter the door. This is the second sentence. That means this is the SS. Here you can see two sentences. If you want to join here both the sentence with so that, you should undertake the following process. What process you should follow to join these two sentences with the help of so that? What should you do? First of all, read the sentences carefully. This is the first and foremost step. Now the second thing, put so before an adjective of FS. Now look at the FS. Mr. Rajesh is fat. This is the first sentence. And I should put the word so before the adjective of the first sentence. So Mr. Rajesh is subject, is, that is the supporting verb or helping verb. Fat is an object, but it is also an adjective. So fat is the adjective of the fat is the adjective of the first sentence. So I should put so before the word fat. The first sentence will become Mr. Rajesh is so fat. Now put that on the place of full stop. Now Mr. Rajesh is fat, then there is a full stop into the sentence. I should remove this full stop, and on the place of full stop I should put that. And after putting that, I should write down the second sentence as it is. The second sentence was, he cannot enter the door. I should write down this sentence as it is or as it was. Originally the sentence was, Mr. Rajesh is fat. This is the first sentence. He cannot enter the door. This was the second sentence, and I have joined both these two sentences with the help of so that. The sentence has become, Mr. Rajesh is so fat that he cannot enter the door. This is how I can convert the sentence into so that. Try to remember there were two sentences, and I have tried to join these two sentences using the word so that. This is how we can join. Notice the following sentences given here. Shyam is short. He cannot touch the shelf. See, look, these are the two sentences. And if I want to join these sentences using the words so that, what should I do? First of all, look at the first sentence, that is Shyam is short. In this sentence, Shyam is a subject, is helping verb, short adjective of the first sentence. So I should put so before the word short, because short is an adjective. The sentence will be, Shyam is so short. Now what should I do? I should remove the full stop, and on the place of full stop I should put the word that. So I have written here that. Then write down the second sentence as it is. So I have written, he cannot touch the shelf. Now originally the sentence was, Shyam is short, first sentence. He cannot touch the shelf, second sentence. And I have joined both this sentence using the word so that. The sentence has become, Shyam is so short that he cannot touch the shelf. This is how the sentence has become. Thank you for attending the session. I am telling you once again that this was the first part of this topic, this video lesson. There are three parts of this topic. into the part 2, we shall try to learn about some more examples. In part 3 also, we shall try to learn about some more examples with the help of rules and regulation. So, watch part 2 and part 3 also. Thank you very much for attending the session. Thank you once again.